In this video, we'll be learning a couple of laws of exponents which will allow us to work with powers of different numbers, or different bases. Now let's get started. Let's say we have the following. A times b raised to the power of some number m. Well, this will always equal to a to the power of m times b to the power of m. So we can see that the exponent, or the power, distributes onto each of the two terms being multiplied inside the parentheses. Now let's see how this can help us to simplify some expressions. Let's look at the first example. Say we're given the following. 3x to the power of 4 raised to the power of 2. Well, using what we've just learnt, we can say that this should equal to 3 to the power of 2 times x to the power of 4 raised to the power of 2. 3 to the power of 2 is 9, so this should equal to 9 times x to the power of 4 raised to the power of 2. But now, for x to the power of 4 raised to the power of 2, we can use the laws of exponents we've already seen to write the following. This equals to 9 times x to the power of 4 times 2. Finally, we can write the final answer, which should be 9x to the power of 8. Let's look at another example. Say we had to simplify the following. A squared times b cubed raised to the power of 4. Well, again, we can use this law we've just learned to write the following. We're going to distribute the 4 onto each of the two terms. So that would be a to the power of 2 raised to the power of 4 times b to the power of 3 raised to the power of 4. Now, using the laws of exponents we know, we can write the following. That's a to the power of 2 times 4 times b to the power of 3 times 4, leading us to a to the power of 8 times b to the power of 12. Now let's look at another law. Let's say again we have two non-zero numbers a and b, and we're going to consider a over b raised to the power of m. Well, in this case, again, the power m distributes to both of the terms inside the parentheses. And in this case, it'll distribute onto the numerator and to the denominator. So that would be the following. a to the power of m over b to the power of m. So I'll just box that result as well. And let's see how we could use this. Let's say we had to calculate the following. 2 over 3 raised to the power of 2. Well, using this law we've just learned, we can go ahead and write that this is equal to 2 to the power of 2 over 3 to the power of 2, which is equal to 4 over 9. Or we could be asked to simplify the following. a to the power of 3 over b to the power of 5, all of that raised to the power of 4. Well, using this law, we know that the 4 will distribute onto both the numerator and the denominator. So that will lead to the following. a to the power of 3 raised to the power of 4 on the numerator over b to the power of 5 raised to the power of 4 on the denominator. And using the laws of exponents, we can say that this equals to a to the power of 3 times 4 over b to the power of 5 times 4. And this leads us to the final answer, a to the power of 12 over b to the power of 20. Now, let's just go ahead and see an exam type question that we may be faced with. Let's say we're asked to simplify as much as possible the following expression. 2p to the power of 5 times q to the power of 3 over p to the power of 2 times q. And all of this is raised to the power of 2. Now the trick here is to simplify as much as possible inside the parentheses. Now, looking at the terms inside the parentheses, we can see that both the numerator and the denominator have a p raised to some power, so we'll be able to use the laws of exponents there. We also see that both the numerator and the denominator have q raised to some power. So again, we'll be able to use the laws of exponents. So let's get started. We can see that this is equal to 2 times p to the power of 5 minus 2 times q to the power of 3 minus 1. And all of that should be raised to the power of 2. This leads us to 2 times p to the power of 3 times q to the power of 2, raised to the power of 2. Finally, we use the law that we've learnt, and we distribute this power of 2 onto each of the terms which are all being multiplied inside the parentheses. This leads us to 2 to the power of 2 times p to the power of 3 raised to the power of 2 times q to the power of 2 raised to the power of 2. Now, using the laws of exponents, we can go ahead and say that this is equal to 4 times p to the power of 3 times 2 times q to the power of 2 times 2. Finally, we can state the final answer, which would be 4 times p to the power of 6 times q to the power of 4.